Japanese bathroom tile philosophy. Full documentary script, 10+ minutes. Complete team version, 1,100+ words. Documentary style. VidRush-friendly structure. Look at your bathroom tiles. Really look at them. Those white tiles you bought because they looked clean, bright, fresh. Do they still look like that? Or do you see it? The dull film, the yellow tint, the grout that somehow changed from light gray into something darker. And here is the frustrating part. Most people tried cleaning already. Sprays, foams, bleach, scrub brushes, expensive products, and somehow, it still doesn't feel clean. Now here is something strange. Walk into bathrooms in Japan, even homes built 20, sometimes 30 years ago. Bathrooms often feel surprisingly maintained. Bright surfaces, cleaner grout, less buildup, and people visiting Japan often notice something difficult to explain. Older spaces frequently feel newer, not perfect, maintained. So what explains it? More expensive bathrooms, better cleaning products, stronger chemicals? Not really. A different system. And once people understand that system, they often stop looking at bathroom cleaning the same way again. Because most people think dirty tile means dirt, but often it is chemistry. Every shower creates steam. Steam carries minerals, calcium, magnesium, microscopic particles floating quietly through the room. Every shower leaves something behind, tiny layers, almost invisible. Soap joins the process. Shampoo residue, body wash, skin oils, dust, humidity. Day after day, week after week, small layers quietly build, and slowly, bathrooms change. White becomes dull, shiny becomes tired. Clean starts feeling older. Psychologists studying human behavior discovered something strange. People notice sudden change. People often miss slow change. A broken mirror gets attention, a leaking pipe gets attention. But tiny changes spread across months often disappear. Bathrooms reveal this especially well. A little discoloration, a small mineral layer, a slight dullness, a tiny grout stain, nothing dramatic, nothing urgent. Repeated quietly, day after day, week after week, human brains adapt, not because people are careless, because brains constantly filter familiar information. Psychologists sometimes describe this as adaptation. People often believe bathrooms suddenly became old, suddenly became dirty, suddenly changed, but often. Slow change quietly happened for months, invisible, patient, stacking quietly, until one day, people finally notice, and suddenly cleaning feels overwhelming. This is often where Japanese maintenance philosophy becomes different, not stronger cleaning. Earlier maintenance. Prevent buildup before buildup becomes a problem. That idea appears throughout Japanese life. People visiting Japan often describe something difficult to explain. Train stations feel maintained, public spaces feel maintained, bathrooms feel maintained, restaurants feel maintained, not perfect. Maintained, because maintenance often exists inside systems, not motivation. Systems. Japanese culture often emphasizes caring for spaces continuously, not only before guests arrive, not only when things become urgent. Quiet maintenance, repeated consistently, protecting spaces before problems grow. That philosophy appears everywhere. Bathrooms, kitchen tools, storage systems, organization, homes. Japanese engineering often follows similar thinking. Reduce future problems, not only solve existing ones. Reduce buildup, reduce friction, reduce future maintenance. Small systems quietly preventing larger problems. And perhaps that explains why maintenance culture attracts global attention. Because preventing problems often feels invisible until prevention disappears. Behavior researchers repeatedly discover something similar. People overestimate massive effort. People underestimate tiny repeated systems. Small systems quietly outperform motivation. Quiet consistency often outperforms occasional intensity. Health, money, fitness, organization, homes, everything. Small repeated systems quietly shape larger outcomes. Good systems, bad systems. Both grow, quietly, over time. Bathrooms reveal something bigger, human behavior. People postpone uncomfortable things, not only cleaning, emails, health appointments, money problems, stress. People wait, people delay, people postpone. Not because people are lazy, because humans naturally prioritize urgent problems. Small problems rarely feel urgent, until suddenly, they become large problems. And perhaps that explains why Japanese maintenance philosophy feels different. Less emergency cleaning, more prevention. Less fighting problems, more preventing future problems. Tiny systems, repeated systems, quiet systems, quietly shaping larger outcomes. Bathrooms simply make that lesson easier to see, because maybe bathroom tiles reveal something bigger than cleaning. Systems matter. Maintenance matters. Consistency matters. Not perfection. Consistency. Perfection feels impossible. Consistency feels achievable. That difference changes everything. People often believe expensive solutions create better outcomes. Sometimes they do. Sometimes simple systems quietly outperform expensive products. Small maintenance quietly shapes larger outcomes. Health, homes, money, relationships, organization, everything. People often wait until problems become visible. Japanese maintenance philosophy often starts earlier, long before problems appear. Protect first, repair less. Maintain consistently, not perfection. Consistency. And maybe that is the deeper lesson. Bathrooms are not only about cleaning, they are about systems. Quiet systems, repeated systems, systems shaping larger outcomes. Week after week, month after month, year after year, because protecting spaces that matter rarely begins when problems become obvious. It begins earlier, much earlier, long before people notice. And once people understand that idea, they often stop looking at cleaning the same way. Sometimes, they stop looking at habits the same way too. Next week, we explore another Japanese home philosophy, quietly changing how people maintain everyday spaces. And we explain why some simple systems quietly outperform expensive solutions. Trust me, you are going to want to see that one. Team production notes. Hook, 0 to 30 seconds. Yellow grout to clean Japan. Bathroom contrast. B-roll. Steam, slow motion. Mineral buildup, macro visuals. Japan public bathrooms. Tile close-ups. Water droplets. Time-lapse buildup effect. Retention. Pattern interrupt every 5 to 8 seconds. Zoom-ins during psychology sections. Before and after visuals. Goal feeling. Hidden system. Nobody talks about.